he had a lot of health difficulties, so he retired about a year or so ago. I just wondered if anybody else had kept up with it, or if anybody still uses the host file. I usually add stuff into it whenever I find a malware site or something that I need to block, and just stick it in the host file. But it's a lot easier if you can get all the ones off the website, but he hasn't done anything on it for over a year now. So.
I like uBlock Origin, block it, or I do the email that I use, they block the stuff in my emails. I don't do that myself in a host file. That can get very, very cumbersome.
So is there a better way of doing it other than a host file now then?
I just don't do that.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Tim.
In relation to Steve's open question there, yeah, I stopped using host file a decade and a half ago at least. I just leave it the basic host file, leave it alone. All the browsers, all the email clients, and many other utility pieces of software allow you to go in and block things, including, surprisingly, Windows itself, including parental controls. Guess what parental controls can do besides protecting children from undesirable websites? You can use it yourself to block out what you consider bad websites and forget about the host file. It's best to leave it alone anyhow. There's very little use for it anymore.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Tim. Good information. Steve, did that help with some of your comments?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'll try that too.
At one time, you used the whole host file in order to block anything you didn't want to get to your system. But that's been long since been replaced with utilities and with other things in Windows.
There was a big update this morning I noticed in LastPass. I don't know what's in store for me, but I did install it. So there was a big update. So if you do have LastPass, there should be a big update coming.
Hello.
Hello, Ray. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Ray Bodo. I'm located in your backyard, Ron, in Linwood, Washington.
Oh, hello. Welcome. Is this your
Yeah.
first time on the show?
First time. I'm still trying to get the hang of all this Zoom stuff. So
Well,
thanks so much for all the information I've received so far.
welcome, Ray. Did you subscribe to our newsletter?
Well, I get a weekly notice that a show is coming up. Is that the newsletter?
Probably not. Go to our website. It's www.techforsenior.com. And well, here, I'll show you. Since we're just sitting here, I'll just share my screen. And where's our website here? Can you see this, Ray?
Yes.
Okay. If you come down, here's just sign up here. It's our Tech for Senior newsletter.
Yeah.
Just put your email address in there and your first name. We don't want your credit card number, anything like that.
Okay.
just put your email address and your first name in here. Click the button, and you'll then we'll send you the. It's nice to keep in touch. We'll send you the newsletter twice a week. And in the Saturday newsletter, it has the show, the agenda for the show on Monday. And then on Tuesday's newsletter, we have a bunch of articles that are interesting. So you might find it helpful.
Okay, I'll do that. And thanks very much.
Sure. Welcome. Hope you enjoy the
By all means, welcome.
Yeah. What club are you with? Are you with any particular club?
It's called Kegs, located in Bellevue, Washington.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Great.
I've done a presentation for you.
Good. Well, welcome. That's great. We were talking earlier and thought we'd be the only ones here today. It's the Canadian Thanksgiving today. So it's a holiday in Canada, but it's also a holiday. It's Columbus Day in the United States. Is that right?
Yep.
Yep. So
For
it's a
those
holiday
of
as well.
us, for those of it's in Indian country, it's Indigenous
Indigenous people.
People's
Indigenous
Day,
people, okay.
Yeah.
which
Mhm.
makes a lot more sense.
Right. Yes. Thanks, Chris and Jim.
Nobody's talking, so happy Thanksgiving, Ron.
Well, thanks. Thanks. It was a quiet because our kids are all over the world, eh? So they was just Gail and I for dinner last night, and I thought, it was it was pretty lonely, but I cooked a roast beef and we made the most of it. So we had a nice dinner.
You
Anyway,
didn't have a Zoom call with your kids?
n- not yesterday. No, we had one from China the day before. We tried to call Australia, but no answer. So anyway,
Nobody's home in Australia, huh?
no one's home. So it's yeah. So it was sort of we sat by ourselves having dinner, and I thought, some of our friends have all their family over, all the kids and the grandchildren and everybody. And I thought, how lucky you are. So if you are out there and you had a big dinner with your family this weekend, you are so lucky.
Now, Ron, do the Canadians do this whole thing with turkeys and
Mhm. Yep.
pilgrims and not that
Yeah.
part, right?
Well, yeah, but it's not a good day for turkeys because this is the big turkey day and Christmas. Turkey is really big at Christmas as well. So, yep. So I just didn't want to do a big turkey for just the two of us. We'd be eating turkey forever. So we'll the roast beef worked out quite well. They had prime rib on sale this week, so I got a nice roast, and we had a nice roast last night.
At Costco?
No, actually not. Costco doesn't usually put prime rib on sale up here. They no. And the other thing that's frustrating is Costco's closed. It's one of the few days that Costco closes on Monday. And the other thing that's really upsetting is Amazon's not delivering today. And I'm waiting for my new Omni TV because I want to talk about it this Thursday on our Thursday show. And the darn thing is still not here, and it's been sitting in Vancouver since last Friday because they're not everyone took the holiday. It's a holiday for everybody. I'm retired. It doesn't matter, right? Like they should be delivering every day. Like, what is with this holiday stuff?
What is this?
So,
Don't feel
anyway.
bad. I went over to our senior center this morning for my cup of coffee and the doors were locked. I had forgot. It's a holiday today. They're closed.
Oh, that's why there's no mail today, too.
Yeah, no mail.
Is there anything sacred in life? No Amazon delivery? I mean, come on now. That's a bit much.
It's my
I hate to
sister's
say, but
birthday.
in New York City, they deliver every day.
Oh, really? There you go.
Yes.
Even on Thanksgiving?
Even on big holidays, I go to till 9 p.m. They may hire a non-Amazon delivery service. I'm not sure, but they do. They will. I have a note that they're due to deliver today to me before 9 p.m. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
My UPS package isn't coming until tomorrow, however.
Is that your phone? Is that your Pixel 7?
No, it's our coffee.
Oh, coffee, right.
Important stuff.
When are you expecting your Pixel 7?
I expect the 13th is supposed to be the time that it's available in stores. You can see one at Best Buy. I mean, if you go by big Best Buy anyway, you can pick one up and play with one, but you can't get delivery until supposedly the 13th. And that's when we expect it in the mail. Might come early, might not.
Mhm.
Might be like your TV.
I'm so looking forward to playing with the unblur.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have some old
Well-
photos that would be good if they weren't blurry.
Well, the interesting thing about the Omni TV is that it's a new Amazon product and they're really pushing it, and it was a big sale. And and it was interesting. I ordered it through the Canada website, the Amazon website, but of course it came through their US distributor chain. And like, it's really amazing how fast it goes. Like, it's zip around across the United States, and I've been to Canada like in 2 days. And then it sits in Vancouver for 4 days because of the long weekend. It's just crazy, right? It's so disappointing.
Oh, Canada.
Right. It's called Canada Post. Go ahead. I don't know. Zoom user. You don't have a name on, but you have your hand up.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Diane.
Hi, Diane.
You know why it says that? I'm in the car. I'm driving home. I didn't get home in time to get at my desktop. But I wanted to comment about Amazon since you were talking about it. And you just might get that delivery if you do what I do. And you want me to tell you what I do?
Yes, I'm waiting with bait. Yes, please tell me.
Well, I leave snacks out for my Amazon drivers.
Oh,
That's
Ha ha ha, right?
that's
And they
called
love it.
bribery.
They love me.
the
They
delivery,
love
but-
me. I leave chips and
yeah.
little fish crackers, and I tried to leave candy and stuff, but I live in Florida, so that didn't work.
Beer always
anyway.
works for me.
Your
It's-
works, yeah.
Beer? Oh,
Beer.
okay.
Put a
Well, I
little
was going
cooler
to do
out there.
Gatorade. Yeah, I was going to do Gatorade, but I had to put a cooler. I haven't done that yet. I might do that at Christmas. Anyway, they love to come to my house. I just wanted to tell you that.
Well, thank you so much. That's good advice. I'm going to start working on that right away.
I'm sure they would fly your TV right over from Vancouver if you gave them snacks.
Beer. It's going to be beer. I'll give them beer. That'll be great.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know how that works out.
Okay, you do that.
Thank you so
Do
much.
they give you a trick if you don't give them a treat?
I don't know. I started doing it 2 years ago at Christmas, and they liked it so well, I just kept doing it. So I ordered the box. This is too funny. I ordered the boxes of snacks from Amazon. So they bring the snacks to me. I put them in the garage, and then I open them and give them back to them.
Good one. Excellent idea. Excellent idea. I'm going to work
Okay.
on that. I'll let you know how it works out.
Okay.
If they just bring
I'm
my
dri-
TV today, I'd give them a case of beer. But I don't think that's going to work out. Murray, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, our Amazon stuff is always delivered by different people all the time.
Right,
I mean, they're
right.
always different delivery companies.
Yeah,
never,
yeah.
never, very rarely Amazon. But and what we do, not for that, but for things like the garbage collection, the waste recycling, and all of those kind of services, we found that we gave them gift certificates from Tim Hortons or McDonald's, and that seemed to get us a lot better service than we'd got for throughout the whole year. Oh, and also for the postal delivery person. But I wondered, what is this Omni TV that's so special about it? I came in a little bit late.
We'll be talking about that on Thursday. But the nice thing, or the interesting thing about this is their new high-end TV from Amazon. Amazon has produced TVs for a while now, but this is their new product. And one of the nice things about it is it links all the Amazon services through the TV. So if you're a big Amazon and a Miss A person, I don't want to say the word, but if you're a Miss A person, it all fits in with the Amazon ecosystem. So when your Ring doorbell rings at the front door, the camera comes on in the TV and we'll show you who's at the front door if you want to set that up. It all is integrated. So I'm interested to try and see how this all works out.
Yeah.
And
somebody,
so
somebody
you'll-
asked if that, so that's how I get rid of my gift cards. Actually, we go out and buy them especially for that purpose.
Right. So you might want to have a look at, as we'll probably start talking more and more about Black Friday coming up and Prime Day and all that good stuff. You're going to see the Omni TV on sale. They make the 43, I think the 65 and 75-inch TV. So you're going to see lots of Amazon Omni TVs.
Isn't Prime Day tomorrow?
Oh, is Prime Day tomorrow?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, 11th and
Really?
12th, I thought.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, 11th and 12th.
I should order another TV tomorrow. Maybe I'll get it delivered like it'll be not the holiday, and maybe it'll even come faster than the other one. I'll take the other one back. What do you think of that?
There you go.
And
You
be
know.
cheaper.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. So,
Get the bigger one.
well, this is for the kitchen. It's just our, our TV that we have in the kitchen. So it's, I don't want a huge one. 43 is fine.
Is that the TV that you say has the Google Photo screen share? I mean, not screen share, all built in, so you don't have to use your home app and tell it what photos you want to be showing,
Yeah.
like screensaver.
All the TCL TVs. I don't know about the Amazon. This is my first Amazon, but we have like all our other TVs are TCL and they have a photo app built into the TV. It's an app that's right in the TV. I think Samsung has it as well.
And it can
links-
get it can get the photos from your Google
Yeah.
Photos account?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because I think it was Murray was saying that when we talked about it, we said you had to have the little Chromecast
Dongle.
the dongle that plugged in. It seems like it should work with the built-in Chromecast enabled TVs, but I seem to recall that no, it doesn't. So if anybody else was having that problem, they have a Chromecast enabled TV, the Google Photos photo frame doesn't work on that. You can still plug in a dongle even to the Chromecast enabled TVs.
Right. But I think that now I can speak for sure about TCL because I have 5 TCL TVs and they all have the photo app on them that comes resident on the TV, and they all link into Google Photos, and it just works. So you don't have to download anything. It just is all there. And I think Samsung, I don't know, maybe who has a Samsung TV can comment, but I think most of the TV lines have a resident photo app that's on there that will link into Google Photos. My worry is that probably Amazon TV is going to link into Amazon Photos, right? Yeah, that's right. Go
But
ahead, Dave.
you don't run that from your home app on your phone if you're
Right.
using the app that's on the TCL TV, right? Or can you run it from your home app on your?
No, it runs it off the TV. It's an app
Right.
on the TV. It's an app on the TV.
Okay.
Dave, we've got to run quickly. Do you have a really fast question, or do you want to save it for the Q&A? Let's save it for the Q&A because we have to. I've got to mute everybody and get going here. So we get. Good morning, everyone. It is October the 10th in sunny Comox here. No rain in sight. It is Tech for Senior. I'm Ron Brown. I'll be your host today. We have a big show for you today. We're going to start with, of course, I'll be introducing our panel. Along with following this, Bob has his security news update. He's then going to talk about, Bob's going to talk about the new Gmail look. And then we have a very special guest. Mike Ungerman is going to talk about his part 5 in the final series on solar panels. It will be solar energy for your home. I'm going to talk about fixing your videos with Google Photos. And Hewie's going to talk about traffic cams. And we're going to finish this off with Ray's, of course, music segment. And that will be our show today, and it'll be for the next hour. So welcome. If you're watching this on a YouTube replay, thank you for watching. If you're here live, thank you for watching. And if you are watching this on a YouTube short, just click the link and you'll take you right to the show. Today on our premiere service, we have, of course, this is Security Month, right, Bob? It's I think it's October is Security Month. You can unmute yourself.
It's
Correct?
Cybersecurity Awareness Month.
Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So we'll be talking in the what is OAuth? We talked about this before, Bob and I. Bob helped me with this, and it's getting rid of your passwords and talking about what OAuth is, and that will be on our. That's OAUTH. You all use it all the time. That's when you click and you log into another service using Google or Facebook credentialing. So we'll talk all about that. Huey's going to talk about Site of the Day, which was an interesting site that he found, of course, last year. And I'm going to talk about navigating around your Chromebook. If you have a Chromebook and you want to learn how to navigate around it, we're going to talk about that. So those are the 3 items we're going to have today on our premiere video, which will occur at 1/2 the hour after our Q&A. The link I'll be putting in the chat, and I also will be, it went out in our Saturday newsletter. And if you haven't already subscribed to that, we have 2 newsletters a week. On the Saturday newsletter, we send out a list of what is in our Monday show at the agenda. You can have a look at that. And also in that, we list the premiere event and the link for the premiere event. We have a busy week. Not only do we have today's show, but we also have a show on Thursday. And we're going to, we talk about all the news of the week. So we'll be talking about that on this coming Thursday, and the usual gang will be there. Now, just to remember, we always have people logging in on Thursday to our Zoom meeting and wondering where it is, where the show is. Well, it's not a Zoom meeting. So this is the only Zoom meeting we have is today. So if you are wanting to participate or listen to the Thursday show, we broadcast that out to our YouTube channel or to our Facebook page. And to get to those 2 sites, if you're having trouble with that, we have big buttons on our website, take me here and take me there, and it'll take you right to where you want to go. Just click the button and it'll take you there. So that's how you get to those 2 sites to listen to the shows. But of course, we tape them all anyway, and they're all on our YouTube channel, and you can certainly watch them if you miss them. I think that's about all I had to say. Let me introduce everybody. Hewie, let me introduce Hewie. First of all, Hewie's got his power back on. He had a very successful WinSig yesterday, his show, and he's getting caught up with being without a power was a bit of a pain in the butt, wasn't it? Unmute yourself there.
Yeah, it sure was. 7 days without any power. Finally got to do some grocery shopping and and fill in my refrigerator a little bit. But I missed a lot of things that I normally would have, like butter and a few other things. So I got to go back out probably this afternoon or tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm doing a presentation for Senior Planet, and I put the link in the chat box. It's going to be on Chromebooks for seniors. So if you're interested in that, or it has some people that might be interested, by all means, give them the link. And it'll take
Huey and I do a learning Chromebooks session once a month. It's a 1 hour show, and we talk about it. We've been doing it now for 2 years. So if you want to participate, it's free, but you do need to register. The registration's on our website. Just register for that, and we'll be doing that at the end of this month, eh?
Yep.
Well, that's great. So tell me now, was the lack of food or the lack of internet, which was worse when you didn't have power?
Lack of internet.
I knew that was going to be the answer.
Actually, our clubhouse in our community had power.
Right.
It's on a different grid or something, and we did not lose power at the clubhouse. So volunteers cook breakfast and dinner every day, and then sometimes even lunch. So there was no lack of food.
There you go. There you go. And of course, we have Bob Gustisha is with us today. He's going to give us the security news update. Bob, lots of bad guys in the news this week.
There's always bad guys in the news, unfortunately. I'd like to do one update a week on just the good things that happen. That would be nice for a change.
Yeah. That'd be good. So everything's okay in your net. Oh, how's the tower coming? Or do you go out and count the number of sticks they put on the tower, or what's happening?
Well, you have to wait now for stuff to cure. They dug an 18-foot deep hole because it's an 80-foot tower that's going up. But when you pour concrete that goes down 18 feet, it's a heck of a long way, and it takes a long time to cure. So the tower itself won't be for another month. And then who knows what else they have to do, but we will eventually have a working tower within eyesight of where I live.
And that is going to give you fast internet.
That's why right. At that point, I think I'll be able to negotiate with Comcast, and they'll actually be able to do something for me at a decent price.
There you go. There you go. And Ray, how the heck are you doing? You're awful quiet today.
Oh, I guess I am. I had an interesting experience with I have one of those CyberPower UPS, and I have two of them actually, and on one of them the battery was dying. So rather than buying a new one, I decided let me change the battery. And I had done this years ago on an older model that was kind of involved. Today on the newer model that I replaced it, there's just a sliding door. You take out one screw, you slide it down, take out the old battery, put in the new one, slide it back, done in about 10 minutes. Couldn't be easier.
Really? Wow. Excellent. That's good news.
Yeah, that's one of the items I'm looking forward to. The Prime Day is a UPS. Mine lasted almost 30 seconds, and I've replaced the battery 2 or 3 times. So I think it's time for a new one.
All right. And of course, our special guest today, Mike Ungerman. Welcome, Mike. I see you have some new solar panels on your roof.
And the presentation will tell you how I got
all those. They're very good. Yes, that's excellent. You always look so relaxed, like you have a big smile, like you're just making energy and the money is flowing in.
energy usage and tax credits.
Energy usage and tax, very good. Well, all right. We should get the show going because we have
Yeah, Bill James just joined us.
Did he? Where the heck is Bill? I didn't see him.
He's here.
Bill, put your hand up so you'll come up to the top so I can see you. Anyway, Bill James, of course, is there. He is. Hi, there you go.
Hello. Sorry, I'm late. I was still teaching those Windows 11 classes.
Well, we appreciate that, and you're going to be you'll be all ready to go for your Windows 11 tips that you're going to do for us, right?
Today?
No, not today. No.
Oh,
in the future.
yes.
In the future, yeah, we
remember. In the future, yes.
Yes. Had you nervous there, didn't I?
Well, I'm going to have to come up with something rather quickly.
Yeah. Oh, Bill, I wanted to show you something. Can you? Let me see. Can you see? Where'd you go? Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see my?
I do. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's my Ember cup. I had it. It's all charged up, and I got hot coffee in it. I'm enjoying my Ember cup. Thank you so much. My wife says that's it. No more Bill James gadgets. But I snuck this one in, and I really like it. It's cool. It works good.
Yes, I have to get mine. Yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying that.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
I thought that was really good, but
Yeah.
well, be surprised tomorrow.
Okay, well, listen, I'm not going to show it to my wife.
Maybe
Anyway.
maybe it'll be an expensive one.
All right. Okay, we'll wait and see. All right, Bob, are you ready to take it away? We got to get the show going here.
I'm ready, I think. Here is the Avast Security News Roundup for the week ending October 7th, 2022. 2K warns users their info has been stolen following a breach of its help desk. Game company 2K on Thursday warned users to remain on the lookout for suspicious activity across their accounts following a breach last month that allowed a threat actor to obtain email addresses, names, and other sensitive information provided to 2K support team. The breach occurred on September 19th when the threat actor illegally obtained system credentials belonging to a vendor 2K uses to run its help desk platform. 2K warned users a day later that the threat actor used unauthorized access to send some users emails that contained malicious links. The company warned users not to open any emails sent by its online support address or click on any links in them. If users already clicked on links, 2K urged them to change all passwords stored in their browsers. On Thursday, after an outside party completed a forensic investigation, 2K sent an unknown number of users an email warning them that the threat actor was able to obtain some of the personal information they supplied to help desk personnel. Read more at Ars Technica. FCC cracks the whip on robocalls. The Federal Communications Commission has given regional U.S. voice service providers Acabis, Cloud4, Global UC, Horizon Technology Group, Moore's Communications, Sharon Telephone Company, and SW Arkansas Telecommunications and Technology 14 days to prove they have taken action to mitigate robocalls on their networks before they are pulled from the robocall mitigation database, which would prevent their traffic from being carried by intermediate and terminating providers. Without being able to hand off their call traffic to other networks, traffic providers by those 7 companies would never reach the called party. This is a new era, said FCC Chairwoman Jessica Rosenworcel in a recent press release. If a provider doesn't meet the obligations under the law, it now faces expulsion from America's phone networks. Fines alone aren't enough. Providers that don't follow our rules and make it easy to scam consumers will now face swift consequences. Read more at the FCC website. Biden commissions an AI Bill of Rights. With AI becoming more and more a part of America's daily life via Alexa, Siri, or any number of digital services, President Joe Biden's administration has put forth a blueprint for an AI Bill of Rights aimed at protecting the public from harmful bias or discrimination. Noting that current systems have proven unsafe or biased, the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy intends the AI Bill of Rights to guide AI implementation based on 5 core pillars of safety. Critics argue, however, that because it is not law, the document would be largely ineffective. Read more at the whitehouse.gov website. Think attacks with weaponized open source software. Last week, Microsoft Security Threat Intelligence reported in a post that it had detected a wide range of social engineering campaigns using weaponized, legitimate open source software. The compromised software includes PuTTY, Kitty, TightVNC, Sumatra PDF Reader, and MU PDF Subliminal Recording. The report goes on to say the organization identified the bad actor as Zinc, also known as Lazarus, the North Korean-sponsored cybercriminal group behind the 2014 Sony hack. Zinc seems to be targeting employees in organizations across multiple industries, including media, defense and aerospace, and IT services in the US, UK, India, and Russia. For more, see Ars Technica. Microsoft Exchange attack mitigation not enough. According to CSO, 2 zero-day exploits that affected Microsoft Exchange Server 2013, Exchange Server 2016, and Exchange Server 2019 are being actively abused to trigger remote code execution, despite the mitigation advice put forward by Microsoft. The company advises users to deploy a blocking rule with a PowerShell script, but researchers point out that the blocking rule, as it was written, could be easily bypassed. Microsoft also provided instructions on how to disable remote PowerShell access for users and offered detection and threat hunting guidance for the current attacks. CISA issues directive to improve vulnerability detection. This week, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency issued the Improving Asset Visibility and Vulnerability Detection on Federal Networks Directive, which requires federal civilian agencies to regularly report software vulnerabilities. Threat actors continue to target our nation's critical infrastructure and government networks to exploit weaknesses within unknown, unprotected, or underprotected assets, said CISA Director Jen Easterly. Knowing what's on your network is the first step for any organization to reduce risk. See the full news release for more. This week's must-read on the Avast blog. While BeReal's stated intention is good, there are some major potential privacy issues with it. Here's what Jeff Williams, Avast's global head of security, found when he took a closer look at the social network. Read the article at the link listed, or watch my video on this topic by following the YouTube link. And that wraps up this week's Avast Security News Roundup. Stay safe, stay secure, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye. Next, we're going to talk about the new Gmail look. When I opened my Gmail this morning, I was greeted with a message to accept the new look of Gmail. And once I accepted, this is what I was presented with: a cleaner Gmail interface. And as you can see, the default setting concentrates on your Gmail. It gives you more information about the incoming emails. The menu that was along the right-hand side is no longer front and center. On the left side, you only have information about the mail. You can open up the chat, your spaces, meet, and this one on top shows you the main menu, which, unless you're about to compose an email or do any of the other things, really isn't that important. But if you need it, just select it, and there it is. It's back in front of you. Don't need it anymore? Hit it again. It's gone. Also, the menu that's on the right-hand side, this little arrow at the bottom right, when you select it, it opens up your menu on the right for your calendar, Keep, your tasks, your contacts, and of course if you want to add other things into Gmail. If you no longer need any of these items, just hit that little icon at the bottom and the menu disappears. Most things on top are still the same. One thing available right now, in the main settings, if you select them, you'll notice that should you not like this new cleaner interface, What's available currently, and eventually I guess this will go away, is a simple button to go back to the original view. So if you don't like the new cleaner look, just hit that go back to the original view. You'll be back to where you were before you decided to try the new look. I'm personally happy with the new look because it gives me a chance to concentrate on the mail itself. I get more information right off the bat when I have an incoming email. Just a quick look at the new look in Gmail. Let me know what you think. I think this is a great improvement. After all, Gmail should be about your email. Stay safe, stay secure, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Good news. Thanks, Bob. That was great. I enjoy the new Gmail look as well. I think they've done a good job with that.
Yeah, and it makes things bigger because you're not squeezing so many other things into it. And when things are bigger, it's better for those of us who need a little help with our eyes.
I call it a bigger screen.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks so much for doing that. And now we have, of course, what everyone is waiting for. We're going to have our final version of course, our solar panels and for your home. Mike Hungerman, thank you so much for doing that today. And I'm going to play that now for you. Mike, will you be able to answer any questions in the Q&A later on? Will you be here?
Yes, I'll stick around for that.
Oh, excellent. Super. All right. We'll get going here. Let me just start it. We'll hold just a minute here. We'll share my screen.
Hi, I'm Mike Ungerman of the Central Florida Computer Society. I installed the solar photovoltaic system you see in this photo on my residence in Florida in 2 phases between 2017 and 2019. In parts 1 through 4 of this series, we covered the technology of producing photovoltaic energy from a system for individual homeowners to place on the roof or on a rack located on their property. We also looked at some resources to enable us to determine if solar electric production would be efficient, potentially affordable for our residences. Now let's take a look at how I went solar starting back in 2017. In a previous presentation, I reviewed how analyzing your utility bills can start you on your path to a decision on whether to invest in a solar PV system. Here again is one of my utility bills from 2017. Note that it's above $400 a month and that I have considerable energy usage above 1,000 kilowatt hours per month. This is the highest tier, and it's a target I wanted to reduce. At the same time, my long-term investments were not producing significant current income. Switching to aggressive income-based investments were producing very little interest or dividends without also increasing the risk of capital. Running the numbers for an investment in a solar PV system indicated to me that I could profit from this course of action through short-term savings of from $100 to $300 per month on my utility bill, an initial offset of investment capital by federal tax credits, and long-term recoupment of investment with positive cash flow after 7 to 10 years. As a technically oriented person for most of my life, the concept of producing my own electricity and selling excess back to the utility system intrigued me. Having watched the technology of solar PV develop over the years from a concept to prototypes to affordable production convinced me that it was time to make the jump. I had considered solar early on to reduce my electric bill. My first focus was installing a solar hot water collector on my roof and an 80-gallon hot water tank in my garage. At that time, it reduced my already high utility bill by about $40 a month. In early 2017, I answered a knock on my door by a solar company soliciting our neighborhood. Against my better judgment, I let them in and we discussed going solar. The end result was their proposal to install a full array of solar panels with a static standalone inverter for approximately $65,000. So, following a thank you very much, but no thanks, I was sparked to do my own investigation using resources much as I've mentioned in my previous presentations. I did online research of local solar companies, eventually making appointments with 2 of them for estimates. I also attended at the formation meeting of the local county solar co-op under the auspices of the Solar United Neighbors nonprofit organization I also previously mentioned. Here's their link. Subsequently, I did join the co-op and was asked to participate in the selection process from competitive bids that they received. In the next 2 slides, I'll review the competitive bidding process with the factors that we considered for our selections. Each of the bidders were required to respond to the items listed here and were allowed to provide any additional supporting information they wanted. For those of you seriously considering a solar PV system now, I'd suggest reviewing this video of the presentation at a later date, pausing the presentation and noting the factors for your own analysis processes. In this list, the focus is on the providers and their qualifications. Selecting a reliable and responsive provider is a major part of obtaining, installing, and supporting your solar PV system. The last thing you want to do is pick a provider primarily on price and then find that they are out of business and you have no source of support. Following the co-op selection process, a provider was selected. Participants. I contacted that provider and requested an on-site inspection and proposal. They visited us, inspected the house, including an analysis using their software of the available locations for solar PV panels. The initial quote they gave us was to provide a complete offset of our high usage monthly utility bills, and it was approximately $45,000. Once again, too high for me to accept without taking out a loan, which I really didn't want to do. So we do what we mostly do when we go buy expensive stuff. I gave him a counter offer. I said, "What can you provide me for $15,000? All in." That did not include the federal tax credit, which the previous company's estimators wanted to include. Knowing that what I would receive would not offset my entire utility bill, I received an acceptable quote. So here's what I purchased. 25 REC Twin Peaks 2 Series 290 watt solar panels, subsequently modified to 26 panels of 285 watts each when the 290s were not available at the time of installation. The total actually wound up being more in terms of kilowatt production, 7,410, than I would have gotten with the first quote. Then we got 11 AP Systems YC500 dual channel inverters. Again, subsequently increased to 12 when we increased the number of solar panels by 1 because of the higher output not being available. Then 1 AP Systems Energy Communications Unit, or ECU. It's a communications controller via power line protocols to the installed microinverters and receives power production statistics and makes them available to their energy monitoring application, which is available on the web and mobile devices. The rack mounting system should be more than just a series of attachments to your roof. In my case, I was offered an upgrade to the Snap and Rack roof mounting system, which I accepted. As you can see from these pictures, it integrates the mount itself with a system for mounting microinverters or optimizers with the wiring connections. It also eases the connection of the panel to the rack, allowing access for installation, maintenance, and potential removal and replacement as required. In addition to the major components just shown, the quote I received included all installation materials to include a solar service panel on the exterior wall of my home that I specified had to support up to 2 times the number of panels of this present installation for future expansion. The quote included all installation labor, engineering design for the installation, to include professional engineering drawings, which were submitted along with the necessary required county permits. And my warranties included a 10-year roof penetration and workmanship warranty, a 20-year snap and rack mounting warranty, 25 years REC solar panel warranty, 25 years AP system microinverter warranty, and 3-year warranty with AP systems ECUs. So I got very close to the $15,000 price I had set for myself, and the co-op's negotiated discounts played a significant factor in what I was able to get for that amount. I chose not to finance this installation, considering my previous analysis of what I might expect to save on monthly fixed costs and what I wasn't earning on my savings. I invested a portion of my savings to purchase this installation. I documented the solar PV installation at my home, which consisted of 2 parts: a physical installation of the major equipment and wiring from the roof to the side of my home, then an electrical installation which followed the physical by several days. Let's take a look at my Google Photos album documenting this installation, and you can revisit these with the links shown here. So you can see the contractor that we went with. Their team showed up, and here's some of the initial preparations they're making. You can note the roof space that they're going to put on the right and on the left side. I have a skylight that they had to consider. I've got some fans they had to consider, some vents they had to consider, and the solar hot water collector. You can see them working up there. Basically starting to find the studs in the rafters and the joists, and then to drill in their pilot holes. And now they're starting their drilling. Here you can see the first group of the installation studs, along with part of the snap and rack mounting system bases. Once the bases are in, you can see that they've got these base plates, and on these plates they put a whole bunch of mastic, and then they flip them over and slide them under the shingles. And here they are installed. Now the snap and rack assembly itself attaches to the mounts. They're also drilling a hole for a junction box, which is going to pass the wiring through into the Atlantic once they collect everything, all the wires from the microinverters. Here's the snap and rack system now installed, and some of the microinverters are already going in. Meanwhile, down on the ground, the wires are being laid out and prepared. Photovoltaic power source wiring has to be fed from the junction boxes on the roof down to the side of the house. You can see just how long some of these cables have to be. And some of the cables now have already been installed. Here's the junction box that I mentioned, with the cables feeding to it and going into the attic. Now the panels are prepared. Backside of the panels actually only have 2 connections. Because it's a snap and rack, the panels themselves don't have to be screwed to the rack. They snap in and lock in place with just 2 or 3 mounting bolts that secure them and provide the necessary wind resistance. First assembly is just about complete. Second assembly is going in. And second assembly is just about complete. When they finish, all the wires have been fished to a single point through the house, and the tubing comes out on the side of the house. Here's what the physical assembly looks like. Looking at it, you can see the 9 units that are up here and the remainder of the units that are over here on this side. This is a south-facing roof, and this is an east-facing roof. Once that is done, several days later, actually a week later, an electrical installation has to be done by an electrical team. So again, here is the wires coming off the roof, and here is what my entrance panel looked like before they started. Now we start installing various components. This is the main entrance panel. They're putting a shut off so that you can shut everything off, getting that wired in, putting in the necessary extension boxes, putting in its own dedicated grounding rod, part of the shut off assembly. Now we get a panel of circuit breakers for each one of the banks of microinverters. The AP Systems ECU, master on-off switch, which is also fused. Here's the box that the ECU is going to go in. An overview of all the new components. And now the wiring is complete and just waiting for the power meter to be replaced by the utility company. ECU is on and showing that it's connected to the panels and that electricity is being produced. The payoff for my solar PV system was in the reduction of my utility bill, as seen here. Basically $200 a month, although I had a number of energy credits applied as a result of getting solar. Fast forward to 2019, another solar co-op was being formed in our county. I was contacted and asked if I would like to be on the selection committee again, and I agreed. The process in the previous slides was essentially duplicated. And along the way, I decided I wanted to get my utility bill to $100 or less if I could, and still stay below my 15,000 target to do so. The result was that I contacted the winning bidder and negotiated additional panels, now physically larger and more efficient solar cells. Their quote was well below my target price. For the same reasons already discussed, we went ahead and installed 13 additional panels and a second ECU, which was required because there were different communications protocols now with the new panels. Here's a picture of the combined systems once the second phase was installed in 2019. You can see the differences in the panel design. The newer ones contain more cells and are longer. The full array is on the back of our home facing away from the street, so I wasn't that concerned about having all the panels look alike. And the payoff for the combined system was the reduction of my utility bill as seen here. Now, more than $300 a month from before solar PV. There was a dip in May. We had taken a couple-week vacation and shut just about everything but the air conditioning off while we were gone. I did want to include a quick note on the latest changes to the U.S. federal income tax credit for solar PV. Homeowners will now be able to take a 30% tax credit off the cost of their installation for systems installed between this year and the end of 2032. The credit then steps down to 26% in 2033 and 22% in 2034. The bill includes tax credits for home battery storage energy systems at the same percentage for solar systems, something I haven't yet considered. Overall, I have no regrets about going solar PV. If you can afford it, I believe it's a great investment. And if you can qualify for financing, consider the recovery of your expenditures in the light of the continuing federal tax incentives, and then the future payoff. And so, next up, electric power vehicles. One of the uses of my solar PV system is the free charging of my Kia Niro plug-in. And here you can see the cable that I have attached to it. Stay tuned.
Thank you, Matt.
As we sit here now, the house is currently being powered by solar energy, and I'm sending energy back to the grid.
Thanks, Mike. I know there'll be lots of questions for you. That was a very thorough presentation. Thank you so much for doing that. We look forward to your EV presentation as well. All right, we have to move on quickly. I'm going to share my screen, and I want to talk a little bit about video editing in Google Photos. So let's see what I have to short video on this one. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. It's October the 8th on Vancouver Island in Comox, British Columbia. It is a gorgeous day and beautiful October. I decided to go out and mow the grass to show my friends how wonderful it is. It's very unusual that I'll be mowing the grass in October, so I wanted to go out and do a short clip and show everyone how warm it is in October. So here we are, and as you can see from the video, there's a big error that I made. How do you fix this? Let me show you. Now, obviously, we have to turn the image to make it look correct. As you can see, most basic photo editors, it's very easy. You can turn it to the left, you can turn it upside down, you can turn it right around. But remember, this isn't an image, this is a video. It's not so easy to turn a video because a video is made up of thousands of images. But one of the unique features of Google Photos, not found in very many other products, is that you can indeed easily turn a video. This is a very cool trick. Let me show you how it's done. The ability to turn a video in Google Photos can only be done with the Google Photos app. So this means that you can do it, of course, on an Android phone. You can do it on an iPhone. You can do it on an iPad and a Chromebook. But you cannot do it on a PC. Today I'll be showing you how to do it on my Pixel 6 phone and my iPad. Let's have a look. This is my Pixel 6 phone. Let's open Google Photos. Here we go. And here is the video we're going to play. Now, as you know, it needs to be turned. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause the video. I'm just going to click the pause button here. Now I'm going to come down to edit, and we're going to move over to crop. Let's move over to the crop button, and just above my finger you'll see another little button here. We're going to click this and it's going to turn the video for us. Now watch as we save a copy, and then I'm going to replay it, and you'll see that the aspect is now correct. That is so simple and easy to do on the Google Photos app. Let's have a look at my iPad now. We're going to open the video, and again here you'll see we want to turn this. So I'm going to come up and we're going to tap the video, and we're going to stop this, and then I'm going to edit it. So we click the edit button, and again you'll see it opens up a sub menu, and we can click the crop. Now next to the crop we're going to come up to turn, and there we've just turned the video. And I'm just going to move the iPad down a bit. We're going to save it. I'm going to click the save button. We will now see the video right way up. Isn't that pretty cool? That's on my iPad. Now I'm going to show you as well how to trim your video, because at the beginning here we don't want this part of the video. So I'm going to delete that. So let's open the video. We're going to click edit. This is done on my iPad, but it is the same for Android and iPad. I'll only be demonstrating it on my iPad today. So as we come up now, we're going to come back to video. We don't go to the crop menu. We're going to come back to the video, and we're just going to take a slider bar and we're going to slide it along, and that will eliminate the first part of the video. So we're going to come down, and I want to just get a picture of me mowing the grass, not setting up. So we'll just slide that down, save, and now it starts from that point. So in this video, we've learned how to rotate our video in the Google Photos app. We've also learned how to trim our video. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. Remember that like and subscribe. Until we see you again, have a great day. All right, Hewie, you're up.
Yep, and I will be here in just a second. Traffic cameras, I'm Hewie Poplock. Recently, one of our local TV stations had some information about a traffic accident on their website and showed some live cameras of the traffic jams that it was creating. And so I went to where they were showing this, and it's a website called smarttrafficinfo.org. What it's showing here are a lot of cameras at various intersections in Sarasota and Manatee County. Let's take a look at what they show us. Let's take a look at one of the intersections. It's Cortez Road at US 41, which is 14th Street West. You'll see down here a live shot of what's going on. Let's make it full screen so you can see it better. I don't know if you noticed, but it just switched cameras. There's actually 4 or 5 cameras at this intersection, and every few seconds it will switch cameras to show you the traffic at that particular moment. These are live, and it's going to switch cameras, and it's showing a different direction. It's after 6 in the afternoon, so the sun's starting to go down a little bit, but you can see that there's traffic flowing in all directions and lots of traffic as well. If they had cameras like this in this area, what about in other areas? So I went searching, and I found out that the FDOT, or the Florida Department of Transportation, also has cameras throughout the state. And you can see here. So if we go and look at the Orlando area right here, we can zoom in and we'll see that there's a lot of cameras. So let's take a look at a camera. And there's a camera there. And we can show a video. And so most of the major highways in Florida have cameras located, and you can check out the traffic in a particular area. So I said, well, if Florida has that, what about other states? So I'm suggesting that you take the live traffic cameras and then whatever your state or province is and put it right after that and do a search. And let's see a few of the ones that I came up with. There's Colorado. And if you take a look at the Colorado one, you'll see down here it says web cameras. When you click on that, you will see an area here where you can click on what you're looking for. So if I click on cameras, you will see that it populates with a lot of different cameras. Now, not all states work the same way as Florida does. Some of them only show you a snapshot of a particular moment. Some of them show several snapshots in a row. But let's take a look at what we've got here. So let's take, I don't know this area, so I'll just click on it, and there is a camera shot of I-25, and it's 0.2 miles south of Palm Creek Parkway. You'll notice that it's standing still. If I click on it, it becomes a live video. I can go to the next camera down the road, click on it, and I'm seeing a live video there. Okay, let's stop this. Let's go to the next one here. And this happens to be California. And you can see that there's a lot of cameras here. Let's just zoom in on any one. I don't know the area, but let's just click on it. Click on the start here. Click here. And you're watching it live there as well. It's telling it what the weather is, gives you more information, it says where it is. And it is live right now. So we'll stop that. Then we'll go, I checked Delaware. Let's take a look at Delaware. You can see there's a whole bunch there. Let's click on one of the cameras there. It's live. And you can see sun setting, so it's getting a little dark. But it is Delaware. Let's close that. And I checked Texas. And again, there's a whole bunch here. And what they do is, I believe these are state law for fender benders. So let's see if we can find a camera here. These look like strictly a photograph. But again, you can play with it, see what you get. You might be able to get live access. Let's take a look at Ottawa. Now, this site, traffic cams, we're going to take a look at a few things in traffic cams, but you'll notice here that that was an ad. So you got to be careful what you click on. But as we zoom in, we can click on something here and click on that. And we want to close that because that was an ad. And there is the Old Ottawa Highway near Nicholas Street. And it looks like it is not a video, strictly a picture. What I want to show you here is down below this. We scroll down, we see several pictures and so on, but we'll see all of the states. You can pick whatever state that you're in and take a look at it using the website traffic-cams.com, but note that there are a lot of advertisements and be careful what you click. So when it says start, that's an ad. You can move it out of the way, but it'll come back. But you can go to any state. If you want to go to Michigan, you'll see all of the cameras in Michigan, and they're loading now. And these are certain cameras in Michigan. And you can find various locations. That is webcams for traffic. Try it for your area and see if you have cameras available. I'm Hewie Poplock. Here we go.
Thanks, Hewie. I'm sure there'll be lots of questions about that. I have a few for you, but we'll do those in the Q&A. Ray, just before I say goodbye to, I'm just going to say goodbye to YouTube, our YouTube guests, and then we'll get you going, okay? If you are over on our YouTube feed, thank you for coming. We do appreciate you. Don't forget, I put in the chat the links for the premiere service, which will be starting at 1:30. We'll see you again next week. If you want to come over to our Zoom meeting, we're happy to have you. We still have lots of room in our Zoom meeting for you if you want to participate in the Q&A. All right, take it away, Ray, and we'll see what.
All right.